let's turn to your mock draft. Many questions. First of all, what the hell does 3.1 mean? What does that mean? Mock draft 3.1. What does that mean?
Hey, I don't write headlines, Rich. I got a text message yesterday that after that trade went down, it said, "Hey, the Chiefs no Tyreek Hill. They just acquired one of these first-round picks, so you've got to swap out that one pick."
Yes. Okay.
So I just threw Christian Watson in there, and apparently that took us from 3.0 to the first ever 3.1.
I've never. Okay, now I understand. So it's you just basically made one wrinkle to what's already was out there as your 3.0, and it's so deep down in the first round. Right.
Yeah, the pick switched hands, so I had to get.
And again, it was so deep down in the first round that you don't have to. The domino effect is not significant. So I get it, 3.1. So the thing though, when you go through it all. The fact that you changed out Kyle Hamilton from 2 all the way down to 11, where Washington, I mean, the Commanders would run that card up to the Vegas. I mean, they might actually start betting on red. You know what I mean? Like, they might just go to the casino after that if they get Kyle Hamilton at 11. And you have Trayvon Walker all the way up at 2 with Kayvon Thibodeau up to 3. Where'd you put that all together on your mock?
I wouldn't spend too much time on that, Rich. But
come on, Daniel, sell it.
Look, safety is a position that's not as valued around the league as I would appreciate it to be. I think he's my 3rd overall player in the whole draft, and you just kind of look at the teams and the priority positions that they're trying to fill, and you talk to people around the league and say, okay, that he's kind of a candidate that could slide down a little bit. But I still think he's one of the 3 or 4 best players in the whole draft. But I think when in a league where Derwin James can go 17th, then Hamilton could fall to the Commanders. So that was my thought on that one. Thibodeau is a true wild card. I mean, it would not surprise me if he went anywhere from 2 and 3 in those spots to potentially falling out of the top 10. But everything that you kind of hear is the edge rushers are all going to go early. They're all going to get pushed up, and everybody's going to try and grab their guy early. So that's why I think we could see, what do I think I had, 4 in the top, 9 picks or something like that. And we're going to see those edge rushers go flying off the board.
And so that you have the Jets going Sauce Gardner 4th overall, leaving every offensive lineman on the board available, which I think would make the Panthers at 6 very happy, right? Like if that's the way that falls. Correct?
Both of them. Yeah, both of them. I think when you look at the teams picking, really, and the Jets could easily take one of those 2 guys and plug them in. But if the Jets decide to go with a corner and get a true number 1 corner in Sauce, then you have, the Giants at 5 with a bad offensive line, the Panthers at 6 who've made some moves but still not a great offensive line. The thing with the Panthers is, I kept as I do these, I think, okay, well, there's another quarterback move coming for them, at some point in time, and they have not been able to get anything done there. And here we are getting towards the end. It doesn't sound like they're in on Baker Mayfield. So they're at all these pro days. There's just a lot of smoke there where I was going to say if there was a team in the top 10 that was going to do the quarterback, I would think the Panthers would be the most likely.
And then you got Pickett at 18th to the Saints, and then everybody else dropping out. I thought Malik Willis had a terrific pro day, and you think that if he's sitting there at 20, the Steelers don't take him? You think that Willis drops out of the first round, and the same with Matt Corral, huh? Right now?
Well, I turned those in before pro days. I don't think pro days have that drastic of an impact on what happens there. I put Malik Willis to the Pittsburgh Steelers in the first 2 mock drafts, I believe.
So why
I wanted to look and see, okay, if they decide to go somewhere else, what happens? I think this is a classic year. I don't do trades in these early mock drafts. I think it's kind of silly, but this is a great year to come back in the bottom of round 1 to get your quarterback. We've seen that happen in the past. I think that's, if I was one of these teams picking up their high, I think I'd want to get a good, solid player in that top 10, and then I would try and maneuver my way back into the back of 1. And now you've got a team like Kansas City that's picking back-to-back. I'll be shocked if that isn't a spot for a quarterback where they trade one of those back and somebody comes up for a quarterback there. You've got Detroit, who's picking 34 in the second round, 32 into the first round. That's another spot where they could take one. They have the ammunition if they wanted to move up to get one. They can move and go get one. So I think that we see the quarterbacks on the back half of the first round with either people making their own selections or people coming back up from the second round to go take these guys to get the fifth year.
And then the last one for you on your mock draft is when the Davante Adams trade went down. I tweeted out it's going to be lit when the Packers don't use any of their picks on a wide receiver, which I've had fun hitting send on. And then you have them with their own first-round pick and the one they got for Adams used both on wide receivers, Olave and Dotson, Big Ten, Ohio State and Penn State. That would be what we call a bonanza, right, for Aaron Rodgers, giving him two young pups but terrific players in his dotage, right? I mean, like, that would be amazing. How likely do you think that is, Daniel?
Probably 0% chance. They don't do it. But I in this mock draft, Rich, I wanted to do. I called it my Gettleman mock. Last year, I talked about how Dave Gettleman never trades back. He has never traded back. And then we get to the draft, son of a gun traded back.
That's right.
So maybe this is a time to break some norms. I had the Philadelphia Eagles taking a linebacker, which, as our buddy knows,
that's right, Gio. Gio said, "For the love of God, for the love of God, get us a linebacker." He said that on our combine coverage to Howie Roseman. That's right. Okay,
so that's why I went that. I said, let's get outside the box a little bit. Let's get away from our norms. Give them Devin Lloyd, and then, man, the Packers. Davante Adams is such a special player. But you go get two guys like that with Olave and Dotson together, combined, you got a chance to replace a lot of that production.
Okay. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.